the standards of beauty, of what a man and a woman should look like, totally screwed my early childhood. I was a very happy kid to begin with, completely innocent of what the cruel world has to offer. Innocence. I guess innocence was the only protection I had back then.
My sister, she was always there for me. I consider her my best friend. But like any other sibling, we would have our fights. Fights that we would eventually resolve, but would leave a deep scar in my heart. I guess I was a fragile child. Puberty. Puberty hit me, and it hit me so hard. A stage where looking good matters. A stage where cliques are formed. A stage where your body changes, hair's growing in weird places, your voice changes. I was overwhelmed. It's either you're in or you're out. And I always felt out.
Living in a foreign country with multicultural nationalities, you can't help but compare yourself. Why does he look like that and I don't? The constant comparison inside my head extremely butchered my self-esteem. The fragile child inside of me is triggered. I needed help, but I kept quiet. A fresh start is what I needed. At least that's what I thought I needed. Nobody cares about what you look, or what you wear, or who you date. I felt invincible, and it felt so good. For a while I thought I was okay. The silence who I thought was my friend turned out to be my greatest enemy. I got used to being alone, where being around people felt like an obligation I didn't want to take. An encounter one day with an old friend completely changed everything. The remark he made about why I didn't grow an inch triggered the fragile child inside of me. I was in crisis mode, completely broken down. A funny remark to him turned out to be my kryptonite. I was screaming for help with my mouth shut. The internet helped me find I thought was the cure to this broken soul. A medical breakthrough as they claimed to be. I started injecting myself with this height-enhancing medication, hoping to grow an inch that will never come. My knees and back were in pain. The signs which I thought was the cure were signs of an impending bigger problem. 3 months into medication, I started having difficulty urinating. The back pain which I previously rejoiced, I now completely despise. I developed something which you called renal colic. I thought it was the end of me. But wait, growth medication was not the only medication I was taking at that time. My self-esteem was completely damaged, which made me do things I'm not entirely proud of. I started taking whitening pills along with other medication to speed up the whitening process, but it only made things worse for me. All this suffering for the pursuit of looking perfect could have potentially ended my life. I was ashamed of myself, not of the choices I've made, but more of the things that I could not change. Nobody could understand me at that point. I pushed people away from me. My friends, my family. I was angry. I was drowning. I needed help. I almost gave up, but I kept breathing. I finally felt the need to talk to someone. At least someone who would just listen and not speak. To just listen. I found God. But I also needed professional help. At first they thought I had BDD, but it was just unresolved issues I had from the past that I had to overcome. I needed time to heal and focus on my road to recovery. I started letting few people back into my life. Friends who stayed and families who never left. It was not an easy journey, but I'm proud to say that I came out on the other side.